Hi, my name's Scott. I've just started doing game dev at a uni course, and obviously a lot of things are new to me and I've had trouble with them. So I wanted to explain a few things that I'm starting to understand. What I wanted to do in this one was have a look at inheritance and how inheritance works because it's been a struggle for me to really get to the nuts and bolts of this one. So, what I've done is this is a project I'm working on at uni with some other people. And in a universal thing that I've made, we've set up some scripts so that everyone can use these, and that's why I want to use inheritance. This is my inheritance script. It's called my win-lose script. Now, it's just win-lose with a mono behavior. That's fine. I have added the Unity UI and TM Pro. Unity UI is needed if I want to use the slider. It's not being used at the moment. I've used it in the timer, but the TM Pro is being used. The panel that I've used, which is from the UI set, isn't actually part of UI. It's just a game object. So therefore, you just need a game object when doing it. Now, these constructors I've set up here, I have a public text Mesh Pro GUI, which is where my text is going to display. And I could just call it my win-lose text. Then we have the public game object, the panel. The reason these are public is so that I can drag and drop stuff into them. We have a public bool win. I'm not sure about that in regards to the setting it up for the inheritance. I just wanted it public so I could quickly see what was going on. Then I have a public timer. Now, I've got 4 methods here. I don't have a start or update method or a wake method. Don't need them. This doesn't do anything. This script sits by itself in a folder. It doesn't actually do anything. So what it has in it here is I've got 2 scripts, 2 methods here called win and lose. They're going to end up changing, but I only have to change them in this script to affect all the scripts inheriting from this script. So everyone's going to be setting up their own script which links back to this. And as long as I change it in this one, it will change for all theirs as well, which is the benefit of inheritance. If I want to make a change here, I can make it once and apply it to 15 things in one go. Easy. I mean, you can do it to more, but we're going to have about 15 things who are using it. So these two, all they do is they turn my panel on. Then it adds a string into my text box. So win-lose text.text, new string, you win. Simple. Then it sets the time scale to 0. That just pauses everything. I got that from the Brackeys pause menu one. So I did the same thing in the lose one here, except it says you lose. Nothing super fancy about them yet. There's going to be some things here about scene changes and all that, but this is a nice simple one. Then what we've got here is we've got set win bool win equals bool. So that's going to set my bool up here. The reason I've done this is because sometimes you want to set it to false and sometimes you want to set it to true. That'll make more sense in a minute. Then I've got a public void here. Ignore the virtual stuff at the moment. I don't know about the virtual stuff yet. This is just a very basic thing. I've got a public void here for check win. Now what this does is if stop timer, which I'll cover in when I do my timer video, is equal to true and win is not equal to false, then it plays the win void here, plays the win method there. But if it win is equal to false, it plays the lose method. The reason for this is that sometimes you just want a nice simple thing. Either you win or you lose and the timer runs out. So now what that means for my game. So in my game here, what happens is there's a box and there's a cat marble creator, which makes marbles in the middle of the box here, and then you have to get the marbles out. once it counts up a random number, and then every time a marble hits here, it destroys the marble and counts down a random number. Simple. You have a set time to do that in. So then what I did was I made this. This is my script here for my game. So this other script, this script is not on any object in the game world. It is not on any object in the scene. It is just sitting in this folder. Then this is what I've put on my game manager. So what you'll notice here is this is the name of my script, and instead of mono behavior, it is accessing win-lose, which is this script. Everything that's at the top of this script here, all these parts here, they automatically will get added to it. I don't need to add those in. If I need something extra added in, then I can add it in here. What I do here is in the void start, I do a base calls from win-lose. So base dot set win, which is this this bool here. So set win, then in the bracket false. So I'm setting my win to false. And what that means is the bool, the win here will automatically be false. And if the timer runs out and you don't win, then you will lose. Only if I've called check win in the update. So in the void update, I have two things here. I have if base.win, so if calling the win-lose.win equals true, so we've set it to false up here, then we're going to make it equal to true. If it is equal to true, then we're just going to call the win method. Otherwise, it's going to do a base.checkWin, which is going to go back and use this checkWin thing because it's already set to false. It's going to play a lose if the time runs out. And that's it. So all this from this page here has been condensed into this little bit here. And each game that we make can have this little bit here put on it. So what you'll see here is you'll notice this has nothing written up here. That's in the win-lose one. But when I go here and I go to my little game manager I've created, it has here, this is my script, Scott Game 2WL, and it's got the win-lose text, the panel, the win, and the timer. I've dragged this timer here down into here, easy. I've dragged my panel here into here. All that does is turn this panel on and off. This panel is just darkens it when it's on. And then I've just brought, this is my text here, they're all on the canvas. I've just brought that over and I've put that in there. This is my timer, I cover that in a completely other thing. But literally now all that happens is that this here is all the information from the win-lose script. And that is excellent because that means if I make another game, I can just call that and just change it if I want it to be a win if nothing happens. I can set the bool to win and then come up with a fail. So my fail here, my win here is in my, in my Marble Maker script, it counts a random number up. So I'll go back here. In my Marble Maker script here, it has a public game object, Carble, my cat marble. It has a random number that it creates. Then it also has a public win-lose, which is the win-lose class, and just underscore win-lose. Now in void start, I create the random number, 5 to 15. Then I use that to create my carbles. And then down here though, we have, so on trigger enter, so when it hits that trigger at the bottom, it takes -1 off the random number. Then it destroys the marble that's been created. Then if at any stage that the random number is equal to 0, win-lose now .win now equals true. And because of this bit here, so if .win equals true, then do the win thing, so it'll happen. And otherwise, if this never equals true, the timer will run out, the check win will go off, and the lose will happen. So to see that in action, play maximized, let's just see that go. So if the time runs out, you get a lose thing. Everything's frozen. I can't do anything. You can't see me doing anything. I can spin it, but if the time runs out, it will. I can't spin it anymore. Now, if I can get everything out in time, though, that you win. Done. And what you'll see is I've set my timer up to have this nice sort of finish down the bottom here, no matter how fast you are, kind of thing. It makes you feel a little bit better, hopefully. But that slider bar I'll look at in another thing. I just wanted to have a look at what was happening here with the actual inheritance. So yeah, it's just a matter of changing. It's just a matter of changing this script here to be something else. But what it'll mean is if I want to do scene changes and stuff, I can do them in this win-lose script, and everything that's calling from this script will now be calling those scene changes as well. So it's going to be, it should work nicely, but at least I sort of have an understanding of what's going on between what I can put in here and how I can call it here. I will look at virtual and abstract stuff later, but at the moment, this is what I needed to make this work for me, and I understand it better now. Thank you.